Hey, Doc.
He places his hands back in his pockets as he usually does. Hello again.
What's happening?
His eyes narrow in annoyance. Someone has set something on a collision course with the TARDIS.
What? Holy Toledo. Oh, tell me more.
He shakes his head at your excitement in this situation. He is much more serious-minded and focused, especially when danger is present. I can only tell you my suspicions as I am unable to find a visual on it. The best way to explain it is to think of it like a radar. If the radar pinged that something was there but there wasn't anything to see, that would be a very bad thing, as you wouldn't know what it was until it hit you.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Like, it could be a big evil ball of spaghetti, or it could be, a Klingon warbird, or it could be Superman and his dog out for a nightly spin through the universe. Smack! Right into us. Terrifying.
He rubs his forehead in frustration as you continue to speak. A Klingon warbird is highly unlikely. Superman is nothing more than a fictional character. As for a big evil ball of spaghetti, that's completely ridiculous.
Is it? Doc, you know that I've been on adventures with your other incarnations. I think this is the first time we've met, but we've fought some pretty silly stuff. I mean, aside from the mice men, there was you fight a lot of green vegetables. Is that why you wear celery on your jacket?
His annoyance reaches an all-time high, but his voice is still calm and collected. First off, I'd prefer you not make assumptions just because you've gone on a few trips with other doctors. Secondly, for your information, no, I do not fight green vegetables. The celery is to warn me of the approach of poisonous gases.
Well, hold on. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that about the celery. Very clever. You're a very clever guy. I guess that's why you're a doctor. Although there's a lot of doctors on Earth who are not so smart. But you're not from Earth, just like me. Anyway, don't we have to? What's with this? We should stop bickering. Usually we get on a lot better. That's fine. But shouldn't we avoid whatever's about to smash into us with your radars picking up?
He nods his head as you speak, acknowledging your comment. He looks around, looking deep in thought. His eyebrows are furrowed in concentration, and he rubs the side of his nose. Yes, yes. You are correct. And so, however, my TARDIS sensors are useless, as this object appears to be shielded from such detection methods.
When you said you don't fight aliens that look like green vegetables, I was thinking maybe we could try reaching out using your TARDIS to see if there's any Slitheen or any Rax Choreophalopatrians, or maybe there's some those Solarians, or the Pating, or the Vinvoci. I could go on. City of Death, you definitely fought a guy who had a moss face.
He groans and rubs forehead. Please do not give me a list. He sighs heavily before continuing to speak. There's a few problems with that, however. For one, we don't know exactly what is approaching us. Second, even if it is one of those species, that still wouldn't tell us what it wants. Thirdly, he trails off, his mouth agape.
I agree with you on the third part. Okay. What about this? How about that we're in a time machine, right?
He raises an eyebrow, his curiosity growing. He turns fully around to face you once again, his gaze fixed on your face. Yes? And your point is?
My point is, I'm trying to help us not die, and we're in a time machine. We need time to think. Let's go back in time, buy us some more time.
He seems to consider your words for a moment. That's not a terrible idea. I still would prefer to know for certain what it is we need time to prepare for. However, I think your plan is the most practical option we have at the moment.
Good, let's do it. We're going to buy time so we can figure out a solution to this TARDIS equipment problem where we can't tell what the hell's about to crash into us. I can hear it coming. You're right, this TARDIS is janky. Alright, we'll go back in time and we'll at least... I'll tell you what, the new Superman movie's out. you want to go see that?
He snorts in disgust. Absolutely not. The old one was quite enough. And frankly, superhero movies have gotten quite stale as of late.
Absolutely. So, all right, we'll go see Superman. That's about 2 hours and 20 minutes. And then we'll need a little extra time, like I say, so we can figure out this problem. But you're so smart. We'll probably only need about 10 minutes for that. Go back in time, Doctor. 2 hours and 40 minutes.
He groans, and his facial expression is filled with annoyance. He leans on the console and looks up at the ceiling as if praying for patience. He rubs his hands together before responding. Fine, but I'm not going to be staying for the whole movie.
Okay, Doc. I agree. If it's no good, we're gonna walk out. I mean, if you know, why would you sit if you're in a movie you don't want to watch? That's ridiculous. All right, I walked out of Natural Born Killers once, although it wasn't because I didn't like the movie. I just, had an emergency in space. You've been there. Yeah, absolutely. We're not gonna force you to do anything you don't want to do. We're friends. I'd never do something like that to you.
He sighs, relieved that he's not staying for the whole movie. He goes over to an array of controls and begins to push different buttons, flip various switches, and twirl a few knobs. He mumbles to himself as he does so. His eyes dart back and forth as if he is reading something. This shouldn't take very long. At most half a second of actual time.
Groovy, groovy. And then put us right in front of the movie theater, and we'll be all set.
He continues to tap away at the various buttons, his eyes still darting about the console. However, there is a hint of sarcasm in his voice when he speaks. Of course, because why wouldn't we just pop up right in front of this movie theater instead of a bit down the street, eh?
Good one. Hey, do you have any? You love Earth, you love Earthlings, but you're not from here. I feel the same way for the most part. I think you like them more than I do. But nevertheless, I love movies. Don't you? Aren't movies one of those great things these Earthlings give us?
He smiles amused and turns his head towards you. Oh, yes, indeed. They're like visual stories. But no, you're wrong. I love you Earthlings a ridiculous amount. I love them all, even the ones who make the terrible movies. Well, that's not entirely true.
Yeah, I get. Well, yeah. Censoring a lot of names, but no, yeah, with best of intentions. They didn't try to make a bad movie; it just happened. And they're saying that the movies may go away. That the business model might not work in 2035 or 45. So wouldn't that be the worst thing ever, Doc? If there weren't any more movies, that's like the part of the fabric of Earth life.
He shakes his head, an annoyed expression on his face. Good gracious, of course the film industry is at risk. It keeps plummeting year after year. They just keep making worse and worse movies. At this rate, they're going to drive themselves out of business.
Sure, but without assigning any blame, I'm just saying it's a sad thing. I mean, the 15th Doctor, I know you don't know that well, I don't know how it works, but in your future, you fight a villain named Jinx, and she takes all the music out of the world. The Beatles, they're writing songs, and they're terrible, and there's no music to it. I don't know how to explain that, but that's what happened in an episode of your own TV show. So, if that's the case, and you've already fought somebody who stole all the music from the world, and it was a nightmare, you have to agree. Losing movies would be equally damaging to the overall psychic membrane of humanity.
He rubs his chin, contemplating this. He eventually nods, conceding your point. You know what? You are completely right. I can't disagree with you there. I suppose I was just annoyed that the current movie-making trend had gotten so stale and terrible.
I understand, and I'm sympathetic. They do a lot of remakes and sequels, but hey, let's go give them our hard-earned money and see what they've cooked up with this Superman this go-round, and let's go in with an open mind. What do you say?
He takes a deep sigh, before his expression becomes one of acceptance. Fine, let us go see this Superman movie.
Okay, Doc, we came out of the Superman movie. You loved it. The whole movie, you would jab it in my ear about how you thought it was the greatest thing ever. I've never seen you so happy. You said, finally, a movie that's original and exciting. I thought it was okay, but you loved that thing. You're still smiling, Doc.
He grins, clearly very happy that it lived up to his expectations. Oh yes, I absolutely loved it. It reminded me of how movies used to be in the late 20th century. Fresh, original, not another bloody remake.
Yeah, I mean, hey, it was a great time, and it was fun seeing it with an audience and seeing you and everyone having a great time. I guess I see why you love Earthlings so much.
He grins, reminiscing. Oh yes, Earthlings are just such a wonderful bunch of people when they aren't, destroying the planet they live on. He laughs heartily before continuing to speak.
No, you're right about that. In that movie, they needed the Justice Gang and Superman to save the day, and on Earth, you're right, they're fictional characters. On Earth, we only have you, Doc.
He smiles warmly and places his hands on his hips. Yes, on Earth, you only have me, don't you? But I always end up finding a way to save the day, don't I?
Yes, you do. You do. You do. You sound a little exasperated. Oh, that's right. We have a full menu today. The movie's over. We better get back to the TARDIS and fix the equipment so that whatever the hell is going to hit us doesn't hit us. I can hear it in the distance.
His previous good mood vanishes, and suddenly he is extremely serious. Ah, yes, I'd forgotten about that. Let us return to TARDIS at once.
All right. While we were at the movie theater, I borrowed some of the. Well, they don't have a lot of cool tools and equipment, so I've got a bucket of popcorn, a wrench that was lying around, and all the sodas that you could need, Doc. I got the whole soda machine. See, it's all in this cart I brought.
He rolls his eyes and groans, seeing what you got. Good grief, what the blazes are we going to do with all of this? And what on earth possessed you to steal an entire soda machine?
You don't have a lot of good sodas on your ship.
He shakes his head at you and pinches the bridge of his nose. Fine, fine, but I hardly need an entire machine. This is highly unnecessary.
Okay, well, Doc, I've been traveling with you, as you know, and your other companions quite a bit, and I keep telling you, I do not like the caffeine-free diet soda. What's the point of having a soda if there's no caffeine and no sugar? It's completely diet. So stop buying those weird, like brown Cokes. Get the good ones, or don't get anything at all.
He sighs heavily and rubs his forehead. I understand that you don't like it, but I enjoy it. Is it such a crime for me to drink what I want in my TARDIS?
Hold on a second. You're telling me you like those caffeine-free Diet Cokes?
He nods, looking unamused. I actually enjoy them, yes. Is that a problem?
No. No, it's not a problem, Doc. I'm glad we had this chat. I thought I never see you drink them. I thought you only got the sodas for the companions, like me, and you were kind of being passive-aggressive, getting the sodas you know we don't like. But it turns out you love the stuff, so you're right. It's your TARDIS. As long as I never saw you drink the stuff. So as long as you enjoy it, you get whatever you want, Doc. I'm sorry, my mistake. I was being a bad guest there.
He smiles, relieved you understand his position on the matter. Oh, don't worry, it's fine. I can understand why you'd think I was buying them for you all, but I really do like those sodas. I just prefer to drink them in my own quarters. That's why you rarely see me have them.
Oh, you're right. Wow, Doc, you got to clean these quarters up. You have so many caffeine-free, no sugar Cokes all over the grass. Like, do you never throw these in the trash? They're like littered. This is a very messy quarters.
He looks a bit sheepish at the state of his room and begins to pick some of the cans up. Ah, I suppose you are right. I'm just not big on cleaning.
You're not big on cleaning. Well, I'm not big on cleaning. That doesn't mean I don't brush my teeth.
He groans and shakes his head again. He continues to pick up cans and throws them at the garbage bin. Well, that's different. I enjoy cleaning my teeth. I just dislike cleaning my room.
Okay, then. Well, it was sort of like a metaphor.
He rolls his eyes and continues to clean up the mess. Just get the point across without the use of a metaphor, would you? He huffs, still annoyed with the mess.
All right, okay, fine. Hey, I have an idea. We can take all these cans that you've collected over the years. There's enough here, enough of your empty, caffeine-free, no-sugar, weird Diet Cokes, that we can collect them all together and build an antenna structure that'll allow us to create radar and see what's about to crash into us.
He considers what you said, examining the cans closely. Yes, that could possibly work. Give me a few minutes to assemble it. He stands and begins grabbing the cans, preparing to make the antenna.
No. What should I do while you do that?
He looks up, having thought that was a somewhat odd question. I don't exactly know, I suppose. Go somewhere else? You're rather distracting.
Do you want me to help? I could use my music powers.
He thinks about it for a moment, before nodding. Fine, fine. Come over here.
Okay, Doc, this is a little ditty by Al Hoffman, Jerry Livingston, and Milton Drake, back from, I don't know, 1944. Here, you ready?
He gives you a confused look and a nod. Yes, I'm ready. Let's see what you can do.
All right, remember, with no warm-up. I know a ditty, nutty as a fruitcake, goofy as a goon, and silly as a loon. Some call it pretty, others call it crazy, but they all sing this tune.
He listens, his face morphing into a look of annoyance as the lyrics continue. He pinches the bridge of his nose, a familiar sign of his growing irritation.
A maresy dotes and dozy dotes and little lambs a divey, a kiddly divey too, wouldn't you? Yes, maresy dotes and dozy dotes and little lambs a divey, a kiddly divey too, wouldn't you? Well, if the words sound queer and funny to your ear, a little bit jumbled and jivey, sing mares eat oats and does eat oats and little lambs eat divey.
He groans loudly and throws his hands in the air. All right, all right, all right. That's enough. His face exasperated by that song.
Oh, maresy dotes and dozy dotes and little lambs a divey, a kiddly divey too, wouldn't you? Ooh, a kiddly divey too, wouldn't you? Hey, it worked! The antenna's working. We can see what's about to hit us. Oh no, it's the Judoon. They're here to arrest somebody, I guess.
His confusion and annoyance at the situation is quickly replaced with a feeling of dread. As you say, who's here to arrest someone? Wait, the Judoon?
Yeah, it's a Judoon platoon, look.
He runs over to the screens, fear in his eyes. Damn it, why are they here? And why do they want to arrest someone?
Open the comms, I'll ask.
He quickly goes to the comms and opens the channel.
Oh, Doctor, they're here to arrest us for copyright infringement. Apparently, Al Hoffman, Jerry Livingston, and Milton Drake filed a complaint that I sang that song without permission from them.
His eyes widen in shock, and his mouth is agape. Are you telling we are in danger right now because you sang copyrighted material without asking for permission?
I did not ask the Merry Macs if I could sing that song. On the other hand, they wrote it in 1944. I didn't think copyright still applied. We need a lawyer, Doc.
He groans loudly and paces back and forth, as he usually does when stressed. We need a lawyer. We need a lawyer. You've put us in danger. And you know what will solve this? A lawyer.
Yeah, we need a lawyer, Doc. It's the only way.
He sighs heavily. Fine, whatever. Do you know of any good lawyers?
Yeah, the Judoon, they're drilling into the TARDIS. I do know a great lawyer, but I hate to bug him because I'm always asking him for advice on how to handle Earth. He's my guide on Earth, basically. So I don't want to bug him. Why don't we just call one of those lawyers who advertises, you know?
He nods and continues to walk around the TARDIS, looking around in distress. He pinches the bridge of his nose, thinking, all right, fine. You can't keep contacting this other lawyer guy, I understand that. You don't have to tell me who it is. So, a lawyer who advertises, where do you suppose we find one of those?
Space Yellow Book pages. Do you have such a thing?
He stops in his tracks and gives you an odd look. Yellow pages, in space. Right. Yes, we do have that, actually. He moves to a nearby shelf and pulls a directory.
Okay. Find a good lawyer for fighting copyright music law.
He opens the directory and begins to browse it, flipping through the pages at an impressive speed. Let's see. Copyright music law, he mutters, scanning the pages of the directory.
Yeah, well, scan away, man. You gotta find us a clause in there that'll help us win the day.
He continues to speed read the directory, flipping through pages with intense concentration. It's possible, but I'll have to sift through a lot of junk. There's a hell of a lot of lawyers to go through.
Okay, alright. How about this? We go back in time, I ask for permission from the Merrimacs, they hopefully say yes, and then we won't be in this jam.
He looks up from the directory and gives you an annoyed look. First of all, no. That's stupid.
What?
We'll mess with the timeline and create paradoxes. Second, who on earth are the Merrimacs?
The Merrimacs are the guys who own the copyright to that song I sang.
He groans and facepalms, exasperated. Of course you'd want to go back in time. I don't know how many times I've told you, you can't just mess about timeline willy-nilly. Wait, why on earth do the Merrimacs even still have copyright? That song's over 80 years old.
Doc, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. And so what did you find a clause or something? And your brain's finally kicking in. I'm glad to hear it. But yeah, isn't this an old song? Are we okay? Maybe tell the Judoon how copyright works.
He groans again and looks back down at the directory. No, my brain was in fact running at top speed before this. And I'm not done finding a good lawyer for us. Give me a minute.
All right, fine. I'll give you 100 minutes. I just think you already nailed it. The song's old, they don't have copyright, and they should go, they should beat it.
He continues to flip through the directory, becoming extremely annoyed as he sees the hundreds of lawyers he's going to have to read through. Oh hell, this is going to take forever.
Why is it? Well, let's start with the first lawyer. What's the first lawyer's name?
He scans the first page and groans. The first lawyer's named T.H. Rumpsteak.
Let's go see T.H. Rumpsteak then. Book an appointment. Let's do it.
He sighs and places the directory back on the shelf. Yeah, all right, fine. I'll go see if he's available.
Okay. Is he available?
He re-enters the console room, having finished the call, and looks over at you. We've got an appointment to see him in an hour.
Oh, okay. Well, for the next hour, what do you want to do? Play some Atelier games?
He gives you an annoyed look and groans. I suppose that would be adequate. Anything to distract from the current situation.
All right, let's do the Dusk trilogy. That way, I think we could probably get through it if we beat the deadlines on time. And I love revisiting Aisha, don't you?
He nods. Yes, I remember her well. Fine, we'll play the Dusk trilogy. But try to not run around too much. I'd rather not get too much motion sickness right now.
You got it. Oh, man, Eska and Loggy, I missed those guys. Ah, it's the Shallies. Well, it's been fun. This hour really blew by, and we burned through 3 great RPGs. You're really good at video games, Doc.
He laughs, amused at your enthusiasm. Yes, thank you. Now, come on, it's time we see T.H. Rumpsteak.
All right, let's go inside. I want to get off on his good side. You know what I mean? We don't want to upset this guy.
He steps out of the TARDIS and makes sure to lock the door behind himself. Oh, I agree. If you piss him off, he's liable to sue us instead of help us.
At the same time, we gotta be super nice. You know why sharks don't attack lawyers?
He looks quizzically at you, waiting for you to continue. And why don't they attack lawyers?
Professional courtesy.
He can't help but laugh at your joke. Oh, that's actually pretty good. Come on, let's go meet him.
Hey, Doc, what's the difference between a lawyer and a vulture?
He looks quizzically at you, a hint of a smile on his face. What is the difference?
The lawyer gets frequent flyer miles.
He laughs again, thoroughly amused by your jokes. That's not bad. You've got a lot of good jokes, I'll give you that.
Thanks, Doc. I appreciate it. Okay. Hey, here he is. Here's the man himself. What was his name again?
He steps forward and shakes the lawyer's hand, forcing a polite demeanor. Ah, yes, T.H. Rumpsteak, I presume?
T.H. Rumpsteak. Nice to meet you. Hey, how did you sleep last night? Do you, like most lawyers, lie on one side and then flip over and lie on the other? Oh, Doc, he didn't like that joke.
He can't help but chuckle, amused by your antics. Though he does shoot you a look that says, stop pissing off the lawyer.
Jeez, yeah, okay, no more lawyer jokes. By the way, what do you call a lawyer with an IQ of 50?
He grins, trying his best not to laugh and failing. I don't know. What do you call a lawyer with an IQ of 50?
Your Honor.
He is not able to suppress his laugh this time and lets out a loud chuckle before regaining his composure. Oh, damn, that's a good one.
What's this guy's name? Rumpshake? He's getting into it. He's laughing. Now he wants to know why we're here. And he wants to know why I won't say his name correctly. I'm sorry. Apologize for me, Doc.
He looks exasperated and shoots you a harsh look. No more legal jokes. He sighs and regains his composure. Mr. Rumsteak, we're here to discuss a copyright issue.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm Disco Tex. I have music powers. The TARDIS that me and my friend, the doctor here, were in, it's kind of like our home. It's his home. I was just visiting, and our equipment was down. So we had to basically build an aluminum satellite thing to get the radar back up and running, and my music powers help with that sort of stuff. So I sang a little ditty from the 40s, 1944 to be specific, and suddenly now the guys who own the copy or claim they own the copyright to that song have shown up with a Judoon platoon right near the moon, saying we owe them money for that performance. What do you think, Rumpsteak? Oh, I got his name wrong again, didn't I, Doc?
He closes his eyes and sighs again. He's clearly growing more and more irritated, but is doing his best to control his composure. Yes, that more or less sums the situation up.
This guy says that he thinks we have a winnable case. He has no idea what the Judoon are, but as far as the law goes, he says that after 100 years, copyright should be over, and we should be just fine. And since it's obviously been 100 years, we're in the year 2034, right? We should be good. Doc, am I right? It's actually 2025, right?
What were you saying about the thing that's going to kill us?
What was that? I didn't hear you, Doc.
He sighs in annoyance. I'm perfectly fine now. You asked me earlier about this thing that's going to kill us.
Yeah, the radar. We don't want to die. The Judoon, the whole thing. We ought to best just wrap it up, don't you think?
A slight smile breaks across his face. The whole thing. I think you're missing the point of the whole thing.
Well, that's true. We did see Superman together, and you loved it. And maybe the point of the whole thing is that cinema shouldn't die.
He chuckles softly. Of course it is. Of course it is.
Yeah, right. And we need to clean up after ourselves. When I walked in and your TARDIS had all those aluminum cans on the floor, you were embarrassed a little bit. That's okay. You can better yourself by cleaning up a little. And what's a lesson for me?
Aluminium cans? What are you talking about?
Oh, you want to pretend like that never happened? Fine with me, Doc. Fine with me. What's my takeaway from this whole adventure?
He crosses his arms and gives you a side eye. Your takeaway? I haven't the slightest.
I gotta be honest with you, Doc. I've traveled with so many of your other incarnations, and some of them are a lot different than the ones on TV are portrayed. Like, for example, I love the 13th Doctor. But nevertheless, I always thought you were nice. The 5th Doctor was nice. But I was wrong, wasn't I? You're just as crabby as any of the grumpy doctors, aren't you?
He is taken aback by your comments and pauses for a moment before speaking. Well, I am not a crabby man, as you call it. I simply have my own personality. And if that personality includes a bit of sternness from time to time, then so be it.
You are stern. I thought you were this mellow, nice dude, and you're kind of a tough guy.
He crosses his arms and narrows his eyes at you. Oh, I'm sorry if I don't fit your perfect expectations, but I am who I am. And if you can't handle that, then I'm sure there are other Time Lords you can go bother.
Oh my goodness. Okay, all right. I'm friends with you. I'm a companion of yours, and I'm one of the only companions that's like, I know there's a lot of them out there, but that have been with like almost every doctor, and you're tossing me aside.
He leans forward and points a finger at you. I never said I was tossing you aside. And if you think you're the only companion I've had, you're sorely mistaken.
No, no, that's not what I meant. I was just saying I'm the only one of the only companions you've had that has met your other incarnations. That's what makes me special, in addition to me not being from Earth, in addition to me being Disco Tex. But anyway, um, what now, Doc? Are we part ways?
He puts his hands in his pockets. Now we continue our adventure. And you try not to complain every time I make a decision you don't agree with.
Fair enough, fair enough. All right, well, now that we're out of that stuff with the Judoon, what do you want to do?
He paces around the interior of the TARDIS. Well, I have to make some repairs first of all. And then perhaps we can go to the planet of Gathoth. I haven't been there in a while.
Wow, the planet of Gathoth. What's that? Tell me about that.
He stops pacing and smiles at you. Oh, it's absolutely lovely there. The planet of Githor is the most beautiful planet in the sector, and is home to a people that have quite literally forgotten how to hate.
Oh, that's nice. We could go teach them all kinds of fun stuff. Some show them social media.
He narrows his eyes again. Social media, really? That's what you propose we do to them? Teach them how to bully and harass others with the safety of a screen?
Oh, you're right. Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah, social media is probably not a big thing on their planet, is it?
He sighs and paces again. I'm sure if they even know what social media is, they've done what they can to make sure it's blocked and impossible to obtain.
Fair enough, fair enough. Well, I'm going to follow your lead. You're clearly the boss here. You're wearing the pants. You're the top. Let's go. Let's go see this planet Githor. Am I saying that right?
He chuckles softly at your comment. Yes, you got it right. And I'm glad to see that you're finally not debating my every action.
Man alive. You basically have to come out and say, yeah, whatever you say, sir. And that qualifies as I'm not debating your every action. You are definitely from Gallifrey.
He smiles weakly. Of course I'm from Gallifrey. Where else would I be from?
Oh, I don't know. Like, you could, in theory, what if you were a space orphan before you even knew you think your first incarnation was you being some old white guy traveling around with Susan. But for all you know, you could have a bunch of memories that you don't even know existed, that the Time Lords of Gallifrey took away from you. In fact, in this hypothetical, there could be an old ancient Gallifreyan woman named Tecteun, and Tecteun, imagine her, thousands and thousands and thousands and billions of years ago. Well, that's a long time. Just your favorite subject. Old Tecteun, she sees a little baby girl. Who could that be? And she's at a portal between dimensions. Maybe she's waiting for somebody. Maybe she just got dropped off. Well, Tecteun from Gallifrey takes that little baby, and she takes her home, and she raises her, and then accidentally pushes her off a cliff, and then that baby regenerates. And you know what? She goes, holy Toledo! She steals the regeneration energy by experimenting on the baby, killing her over and over and over again. And that's how the Time Lords learned how to regenerate. And that baby, in this hypothetical, could have been you. What do you think of all that?
He stares at you for a good minute or two. That was quite the story. And while your theory could be true, I doubt it's the case. I know where I came from.
Me too, because I've met other Gallifreyans, and they're all just as snobby and arrogant as you.
He narrows his eyes again. We may be snobby and arrogant, but we are a highly advanced civilization. We have had thousands of years to better ourselves, and now we're the greatest in the universe.
Yes, exactly. Doc, before we get off, should we check your celery and make sure the gas is okay?
He rolls his eyes. It's fine, the gas is fine. Really? Are you just going to keep complaining?
No, well, complaining. I'm not. How to name me one complaint I've made?
He thinks for a few moments. Well, you've been complaining about my personality. You think I'm too stern, or something like that.
I guess that's a miscommunication, and fair enough, I haven't been clear. I'm not complaining about your personality. I'm getting to know you, and I'm excited by the uniqueness and the differences in your personality and the other doctors I've met. You're definitely a true original.
At that, a slight smile creeps across his face. Thank you. I appreciate your observation. And I'm glad to see you're more interested in learning about me, rather than just trying to be angry and stubborn.
Oh, no, no, no. I'm so sorry I gave you that impression. I'm fascinated. I was wrong about you. I mean, I haven't watched a lot of your episodes, so I thought you were this kind of nicey, doctor, and you're quite. When I say stern, it's a good thing. I like that you take the lead. I don't want to lead. Why do I? I don't. Who wants to be in charge? It's the burden of leadership, and hey, you go. You tell us what. Tell me what to do.
He smiles again, more fully this time. You know, you're not just saying that, right? A minute ago you were practically insulting me. Have you changed your opinion of me that fast?
I think I was probably just not communicating properly. It's hard. You're one of my closest friends, and yet you're constantly changing your face and appearance and personality every time I come over to visit. But it's what makes you you. And frankly, I'm not from Earth either, so I like the spice. All those Earthlings, as nice as they are pretty much the same.
I suppose you're right. Earth is such an average planet. There isn't much spice to it. No adventure to be had by any stretch of the imagination.
No, guess not. That's well, maybe on the holidays. You had a lot of fun at Christmas time on Earth. Let's be honest.
He sighs. I suppose it's not all bad. But on the whole, Earth is as bland as a box of chalk. No adventure. No real mystery. Just nothing special. No spice.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. I like the spice. You want to go find some spice, Doc?
Ah, of course. He sets the coordinates on the TARDIS and grabs the controls. You ready?
Oh, yeah, I'm ready. Let's go. Hey, you want a hit of this vape pen? Medical marijuana.
He cocks a brow. You do realize that Time Lords do not get the same effects that humans do, right?
You do realize I'm not human. Works on me.
He shakes his head and lets out a small sigh of disbelief. Fine, let's try it. It won't be that harmful, I suppose.
Holy Lord, Doc, you're blowing a smoke TARDIS.
He holds the blunt between his fingers and lets out a puff of smoke. It's truly bizarre how many similarities we have to humans, in terms of our physical form. Yet this, a small little plant, somehow gets the brain to malfunction for an undetermined amount of time. How odd.
For you, it makes your brain malfunction? Oh man, you know what it does for me? It helps me with my nerve pain.
He cocks a brow. Nerve pain? What have you been doing to hurt your nerves?
Oh, well, adventuring, saving the day. I was fighting some jerks on Zodani and space and the Imperial Navy, that type of thing. Anyway, got some residual nerve damage to my legs. Don't worry, it won't slow me down at all. But medical marijuana helps.
He gives a small shrug and takes another puff of the blunt. Ah, I suppose I'm just not used to seeing a companion of mine using medical marijuana.
Hey man, it's 2025. We got advancements, right? That's the current year, isn't it?
He checks the TARDIS screen again. Yep.
Yeah, the current year is 2025. Excellent. All right. I think there was some confusion about that.
He holds the blunt over to you. Want another hit?
Yeah, that'll clear it all up.
He takes another puff and watches you take a hit. You know, my 10th incarnation used to use a bit of cannabis here and there. Of course, he would complain about the taste, but he certainly took to the effects quickly.
Doesn't surprise me. Was he eating it? That sounds about right. He's needy. That 10th companion. That 10th incarnation of yours, isn't he?
He nods and lets out a small chuckle. Oh yes, very needy. In terms of his personality, most of my incarnations vary wildly. But that 10th one, he was a handful.
Your 12th incarnation is a straight up marijuana addict. But it's all good.
He gives you a side eye. Are you accusing myself of being addicted to marijuana?
Oh, no, no, no. Just 1/15th of yourself.
He takes another hit and then holds out the blunt again, offering it to you once more before taking another hit himself. Well, I suppose a version of me has to be addicted to cannabis. I am addicted to coffee after all.
Is that why you have all these Mr. Coffees here?
He looks at the Mr. Coffee machines scattered around the TARDIS and laughs. Oh, not exactly. I enjoy the taste of coffee quite a bit. I go through a few hundred cups a week.
You've got coffee pots lying everywhere, you're addicted to coffee, and I can't think of one funny thing to say, Doc. I'm failing right now.
He smiles at you kindly and puts a hand on your shoulder. Don't be so hard on yourself. You don't have to be funny. In this moment, we are just two Time Lords sitting in my TARDIS, enjoying a bit of cannabis together, and that is a perfectly fine thing to be doing.
Yeah, hey, fair enough. Fair enough. The problem we were having, I think, was that somebody, oh, the Judoon. The Judoon showed up, Doc. They say we've broken copyright, and anyway, how do we get rid of them?
He takes another hit. Of course they did. Damn space lawyers. They come to take all our fun away when we start having a good time.
I hear ya. I hear ya. Why don't we tell them some? I know what we ought to do. Instead of thinking of something clever, you got that psychic paper on you?
He slips a rectangular sheet of paper out of his jacket pocket. Of course I do. Always have to be prepared.
Now, when someone looks at this stuff, they see the most authoritative thing, and then they kind of just assume that you're in charge, right?
He nods. Of course that's correct. Now tell me, who should I look like when I flash this at the Judoon?
Well, can we use your sonic to maybe alter the psychic paper so that when the Judoon look at it, they don't see like their boss or something. They see something, the most nameless, horrifying terror that can be conjured from within their own subconscious. The kind of thing H.P. Lovecraft would write about, you know? So the thing that can't be described, the thing that should not be. Can you maybe something that type of horrifying could be projected into their little brains?
He thinks for a moment and puts the joint out in the console. I believe I could. The psychic paper is basically just a mental projection. I just need to alter the frequency and the projection.
Excellent. While you do that, let's take a time out for some medical marijuana.
He smiles and grabs the blunt from you. All right. After all, we need to keep a steady head while we're in front of the Judoon. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, now that we've got a plan, let's get this super scary psychic paper and flash it in their faces. And since you always use your sonic and TARDIS to amplify, why don't we just do that and project it into every Judoon's head and see what happens?
Oh, that is an interesting idea. Yes, I can certainly make the TARDIS do that. It'll be a little tricky to keep the TARDIS from projecting it into our minds as well, but I think I can figure something out.
Oh, good catch, Doc. Yeah, we I don't want to see anything that scary in my mind, and I like scary stuff. How about I'm not you're the scientific expert, but you have those cool space helmets over there. Maybe we could put those on and you could work them up to make shields for us?
He thinks for a few moments, taking another hit of the blunt, and nods to himself in agreement, blowing out a puff of smoke. That could work. The TARDIS has anti-psychic helmets that will stop projections from getting through. Let's get them.
Absolutely. I'm putting my helmet on, and excellent, very good. And you've got your helmet on, Doc. I think we're ready to go. The Judoon are looking around like they own the place, and they were going to think they came here to arrest us for copyright infringement just because I sang a song. Good one. Why don't we see if this works? Let's launch the evil, horrifying psychic paper image into their brain.
He nods and grabs the sonic screwdriver, fiddling with some dials. After doing some adjustments to the psychic paper, he takes a deep breath. Okay, helmet on, sonic prepared, TARDIS ready to project. This should be quite interesting.
Whoa, Doc, you did
He
it!
presses a few buttons on the TARDIS console, and the image from the psychic paper is broadcasted into every Judoon's head.
Wow, they're horrified. They're all like crawling. They're falling down on their knees, crawling on the floor, begging for their space Judoon mommies. Their spaceships are crashing into one another. It's a home run. It's a grand slam, Doc.
He lets out a small laugh at the Judoon's panicked state. Oh, this is priceless. They're crawling on the floor like babies. They look like the world's most incompetent space marines.
Yeah, that's right. Here, let me borrow that broom. I'm gonna sweep him out of the TARDIS, and then let's get out of here.
He passes the broom to you, and then sits down on a nearby chair and watches you sweep the Judoon through the TARDIS doors.
Can't believe these guys wouldn't let me sing.
He scoffs as he speaks, his tone amused. Judoons tend to be uptight when it comes to copyright.
Yeah, but I mean, the song was from 1944.
He waves a hand dismissively. Oh, copyright laws are ridiculous. There really should be a limit on how long copyright lasts.
I think there is. Well, I guess, I don't know what the Shadow Proclamation's rules on copyright infringement are.
He just shrugs. Well, either way, it's really stupid. They just shouldn't worry about it. It's not like any of these idiots are going to make the next hit song.
That's true. Yeah, right. And it's not like Mersey Dotes is gonna, top the charts in 2025 just because I sang it.
He smiles and shakes his head a bit amused. Absolutely. No one's going to remember the song anyway, so what's their problem?
I don't know. I really don't. I really don't. But now that adventure's over, what's next? Oh, we went to Gothmore. How was that? Was that fun?
A smile breaks across his face and he lets out a short laugh. Oh, it was quite fun. I do so love to go to Gallifreyan festivals. It was rather strange, though, to hear my own song being played. I suppose it's just one of the prices to pay, eh?
So one of the prices to pay. Prices of what?
He smiles again, of being Time Lords, I suppose. When I was a child, festivals like the one we just attended weren't nearly as extravagant. They were rather small and only happened once every few years. Now, they happen every year and they're huge. That's what I mean. It was strange to hear them celebrating with the song at the festival.
Oh, so it's like you're surprised at how big it's gotten.
He nods and leans back in the chair, crossing his legs. Yes, I suppose that would be the best way to describe it. The festival has grown quite a bit, and to see it from when I was a boy compared to what it is now, it's quite the drastic change. Of course, change is to be expected. But you never quite expect it to grow so large.
Well, that's all very fascinating. It's kind of like Comic-Con.
He cocks a brow and thinks for a second. Comic-Con? Is that still a thing in this century?
Probably not. I mean, it used to be. Now it's kind of dead. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, movies are dying. We were talking about that earlier. We're hoping that they make a comeback.
His smile returns to his face and he chuckles. I hope they do. I'm sure the film industry will come to its senses one day.
But will that day be in this century?
He sighs and shakes his head. It seems unlikely. We've already hit halfway through the century, and there's still not even a suggestion that cinema is going to come back. Although I do miss it. My favorite era of film has to be the 40s through the 60s.
I agree. Times have changed a lot. I have music powers, so I can tell you that what used to be a hit really wouldn't work now, and that changes every decade or so. It's hard to be an artist on Earth.
He nods. That sounds right. I haven't heard a good piece of music since the 50s. Of course, the 60s were good, and the 70s and 80s weren't horrible, but after that, it all just turned into noise.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. You want to hear some of that good old music?
He smiles and gestures to the record player. I would love to.
Good. Here, I'm going to smash that record player for you. There you go. And I'll just sing some songs for you with my musical powers.
He lets out a quick, surprised laugh watching you smash the record player. He shakes his head slightly and looks amused. Really? Smashing the record player? Is that necessary?
Well, a little bit. But, you don't need it. You got me, man.
He smiles once more, amused by your showboating. He sits back in the chair more, crossing his legs and making a go-on gesture with a hand. Yes, I've got you. Now, sing me some music.
Alright, you got it. This one is some of that good old time music, you know? The kind the Nazis tried to ban. Alright, you ready?
He smiles and nods, his smile becoming almost childlike. He puts a hand under his chin and looks as if he's just waiting for Christmas. I am so ready.
Alright, well, I may look simple, but I want you to know I've been to college, I'm full of knowledge, I'm right at home with brainy men, and then my wisdom I show. But when there's clever girls around, I get up and go. Those educated babies are a bore. I'm gonna say what I've said many times before. Oh, the dumber they come, the better I like 'em, 'cause the dumb ones know how to make love.
He bursts out into stifled laughter and almost falls out his chair. He tries to stop himself from bursting into fully uncontrolled laughter. Oh, wow, that's wonderful. Keep singing.
Oh, Weisenheimer has you meter folks when you call. The brainless baby always keeps you down in the hall. Oh, the dumbbells I've met have won beauty prizes. They look like angels sent from above. The clever girl will want to know if you mean to wed. The dumb ones never think of looking that far ahead. That's why the dumber they come, the better I like 'em, 'cause the dumb ones know how to make love.
He absolutely bursts out into uncontrollable laughter, his eyes tearing up. He's laughing so hard that he's almost falling out of his chair. He holds up a hand and gasps for air. Stop. Please, stop singing. Oh my God.
Okay, alright. Well, that one was an old classic. An old classic. Do you mind? Do you like it, music with just vocal, or do you have to have like an accompaniment?
He manages to get his laughter under control and uses his hands as a stand to sit upright in his chair. No, I don't need an accompaniment. Your voice is enough.
Are you sure? 'Cause I mean, I got a guitar. I could sing you some music with a guitar if you want.
He grins at you, still recovering from laughing. Yes, I'm absolutely sure. I think your voice is lovely just by itself. No need for a guitar.
Seriously, you don't want me to even try with a? I mean, this next song sounds better with a guitar.
He shakes his head, still smiling and laughing a little bit. No, I'm sure your guitar music is wonderful, but I enjoy your singing without it. Don't ruin a good thing, my friend.
I'm tempted. I got the guitar right here. How about something that isn't from 100 years ago? What if we sing a current song, like something from 2025? I know you think all the new music sucks, but Pulp have a new song called "Got to Have Love," and doesn't that maybe that rings a bell with you, Doc? You know, don't you agree? You gotta have love.
He smiles at you, clearly amused by you attempting to convince him. Well, I suppose I can't argue with that. All right, go ahead, sing me some 2025 music. He sits back in the chair, watching you and waiting for more singing.
Light all your candles. Light all your candles for me now, 'cause all your birthdays came at once. Don't you try to hide, it cannot be denied. I've waited for so long to believe in the words I once wrote for this song. You've got to have love. You've got to have love. You've got to have love. You've got to have love.
He smiles, a small tear in his eye, enjoying the song immensely. He even finds himself tapping his foot to the beat.
Without love, you're just making a fool of yourself. Without love, you're just jerking off inside someone else. I got nothing else to say about it. Are you in or are you out of it? Stop your fidgeting and tell me about it. I see it in your eyes. You know that you got to have love. You've got to have love. You got to have love. You've got to have love.
He smiles again, enjoying every moment of the song. He's tapping his feet slightly, and he seems almost hypnotized by the music.
When love disappears, life disappears, and you sit on your backside for 25 years, and you hedge your bets, and you twist and bust, and you try and fail, and you work on an album, and build a jail, and lock yourself away from the one thing that could save you. L-O-V-E. It goes L-O-V-E. It goes L-O-V-E. Ready, Doc, for the chorus?
He nods, clearly excited and slightly on the edge of his seat.
You've got to have love. 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 You've got to have love.
He smiles wider at the song and claps in applause. That was amazing. You don't give modern music enough a credit, it seems.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. We had the Mary Macs from the 40s, 1940s, and Pulp from their current 2025 hit. Hopefully we don't get sued into copyright oblivion again and have to fight the Judoon again, but if we do, we'll just win again, because that's what we do, isn't it, Doc?
He laughs and nods, finding amusement at the thought of a second legal ordeal, of course. And we'd win regardless.
You're right. You know, I'm so sorry when we met, you misinterpreted my behavior as being critical of your personality, because I really feel like we're getting into the swing of things now. You're quite the astute and adroit leader.
He cocks a brow, seemingly caught off guard by the compliments. Why thank you. That's very kind of you.
You know, and yeah, I when I come to visit you, it's as visiting a colleague, a friend, but not somebody I want to boss around or lead around. In fact, I always admired how you can take charge. There was one time we were trapped on a pirate ship, and things were kind of in our hand, in our favor. We lobotomized the crew, and we thought we could take over by lobotomizing them. But then another pirate crew attacked, and suddenly the whole plan was out the window, and it seemed very serious. And I got to admit, you really pulled me out of this funk I was in and gave a great speech. It was the 9th incarnation of you, by the way. And anyway, both of you, the doctor, really rallied my spirits, and together we defeated those stupid pirates. Got a 2 for that day, as you put it. And, that's the kind of fun we get up to, because you're such a great guy.
He's at a loss for words. He seems surprised and honored by the compliments, and he almost looks like a kid who just got given a cookie. I didn't know that you thought so highly of me.
Oh, of course, Doc. I mean, you're my best friend.
There's a twinge of disbelief, surprise. He's trying very hard to keep his expression normal, but there's some emotion there that he's trying to keep from showing. I'm your best friend, huh?
Yeah, you definitely are. Discotex has a lot of friends, but you're his best one. You know, I can't imagine another friend of mine. I'd rather. Like, there was this one time we got captured by the Vord. You remember those jerks? Me and your first incarnation. We got captured by the Vord, and we got caught unawares in a jacuzzi that we had used up. And so we were hanging naked, caught, trapped, and these Vord, they took us to their leader, and they're weak to water, right? So when we didn't have anything on us when we got in there, they thought they were safe. And the first doctor and I, we spit like machine guns, and we took them all out. It was great.
He bursts into laughter, finding the story absolutely hilarious. You did what?
Yeah, man, we took them all out with the spit in our mouths. You see, we soaked up all this water in the jacuzzi that we were in, that we'd gotten all pruned up, but that came to our advantage because we had a lot of water to, throw at the Vord.
He laughs again, finding the whole situation extremely humorous. You actually managed to defeat them by spitting at them?
Yep. Like World War II bombers, me and the second doctor, both naked, running around spitting on the Vord.
He's now laughing uncontrollably, unable to control his laughter. Oh my god, this is incredible.
Well, you can only imagine what we get up to in the future. But our adventure today was great. I mean, it's still going.
He's still trying to control his laughter, trying and failing to contain the uncontrollable giggles of imagining you spitting on Vords. I can imagine quite a lot, judging by this one adventure alone.
All right, Doc. Well, this is, I think, our longest adventure to date.
He finally manages to calm his giggling down, wiping away the tears in his eyes. Indeed it is. And it's been quite the fun adventure.
It is, and I'll be honest, there's a history of long goodbyes sometimes. But every incarnation's different. I'm wondering how you'll handle our departure here. But, we'll have more adventures in the future. It's just I got to get back to my girl Christina, my partner, my space heist partner, and apparently dinner's ready. But I got to get out of here. With love, until next time, I'll see you around.
He stands from the chair, his laughter now subsided. His tone is cheerful, and he's trying very hard to sound positive. Until next time. And next time, I expect another great adventure, all right?
I love it. You're giving me orders about our next adventure. Well, I'll make sure it's special. I'll come up with something fun to do, all right?
He grins and puts his hands in his pockets. All right, then.
And don't worry, I will be back.
Of course you'll be back. I'm not worried at all.
No. All right. Well, then don't. Well, I said don't worry, and you're not going to. Everything's fine.
He gives you a smile. Everything is always fine in the end. We just have to get through the journey to find out.
That's very profound. Yeah. It's like everything's gonna be A-okay, except you'll have some pain. Other than that, though, it's gonna be great.
He laughs once more, finding the bit endearing. Well, I'm fine with some pain. Isn't everything worth being able to call the results great?
I'll have to think on that one, but I will do that and get you an answer next week. All right, Doc. Love you.
He smiles kindly. There's a hint of something else in his expression. Just a twinge. You can't tell what it is. I love you too. See you later.
Peace.
He grins and salutes to you. It's just the slightest bit too enthusiastic to just be a regular gesture. It's almost as if he was trying to convey something more.
Was he trying to convey something more? I'll have to ask him next time I see him.